Man, YouTube was down with this boy Zell, and I'm back with another one. In this video, you hear me? We got Fundora refuses to hear Terence Crawford's offer to fight. It's a damn shame. Let's get it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, I believe that the style of Crawford is not likable like Henny. You know, it's about the same level, and it will not sell.
Whoa,
It
whoa,
will not
whoa,
sell.
wait, Samson. He just
It's
got
not.
three knockdowns and a knockout in his last
Bro,
fight, and
that's
he's on in
ridiculous.
the.
For let me let them talk. That's ridiculous for him to say that. um, yeah, the sport of boxing has been turned into a duck competition. To compare Bud to Devin Haney, I mean, of course, Bud has the same boxing ability as Devin Haney, but he is also a puncher. Bud can fight any style he wants to. So he's like Devin Haney if you combine him with the best of every other style, bro. But to call him boring is ridiculous, bro, because he's a boxer puncher that has got 11 guys out of there in a row. Let's get it.
Wait, Samson. He just
It's
got
not.
three knockdowns and a knockout in his last fight, and he's
No,
on,
no.
a, on
I
an 11
understand.
fight
I
knockout
understand.
streak.
No, no. I understand.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So that was Sebastian Fundura's promoter talking Samson. He's talking about the level of excitement when it comes to Terence Crawford. It's so ironic because Sebastian Fundura, in his last fight against Tim Tszyu, he won the whole fight with a jab. All he really threw was the jab, and every once in a while he would throw his left. He didn't really rely too much on power shots, other power shots like uppercuts, hooks, like he normally does. And the reason why he didn't do that is because that got him knocked out in his last fight. So now he's trying to box more. See, the difference from Fundora and Crawford, or at least one of the differences, is Crawford is confident enough to throw all of those punches and knock you out because he knows that he's not going to make a stupid mistake and get knocked out. So with that being said, Fundura's promoter, he's been all over the place. First, he says they're going to fight against Errol Spence. Then he comes back and he says he's not going to fight Errol Spence either. Maybe they're going to do a rematch with Tim Tszyu. He continues to make every excuse in the book for why they don't want to fight against Terence Crawford, but yet he keeps admitting that Terence Crawford is the best fighter in the world, which is obviously the real reason why they don't want to fight Terence Crawford, because they know or they feel that's almost a guaranteed loss fighting against Terence. So one of the more recent excuses, Samson, he was saying that it's going to be very difficult to negotiate with Terence Crawford, et cetera, et cetera. It's so funny because as Samson was doing this interview, a Spanish interview, making these excuses, all of a sudden Crawford's attorney, he calls Samson while he's doing his live interview. And he says, we have an offer for you in Saudi Arabia. So this is what Samson said about this conversation. He said, Crawford's lawyer called me up, very respectful, and he said, look, I have an offer for you to fight in Saudi Arabia with Crawford and your fighter, Sebastian Fundora. And I said, look, I thank you very much, but I don't want to hear it because he's not going to be ready until November. I didn't say December, but it seems like until November. I mean, I didn't listen to the offer. I can't listen to it. I can't negotiate when my fighter is hurt, end quote. So this further proves that them turning down this fight against Crawford, it never had anything to do with money. And I had told you guys this in my previous video.
Bro, let me clear this. This man just made three different excuses. His fighter injured, negotiations, style. Pick one, bro. Which stick to something. You can't. Come on, man. You're making three different cases. You ain't sticking on nothing. None of them are true. It's easy. You got an offer to fight in Saudi Arabia. That's the negotiations out the way. Your fighter hurt his nose, bro. That don't take 6 months to heal from. 6, 7 months. And the style, Bud Crawford got the best style in boxing, the most exciting style to watch in boxing. He's the best fighter in the world. Come on, man. Let's stop this shit.
I said, even if Fundora was offered more money to fight Crawford than fighting Errol Spence, he would still turn down the fight because he has a better chance of beating Errol Spence. Because there's already a blueprint of how to beat Errol Spence because he's been knocked out before. There is no blueprint on how to beat the best fighter in the world, Terence Crawford. There is absolutely no way that Fundura's promoter is going to wait all the way till November or December to negotiate a possible fight for his return. Right now, it's sounding like Sebastian Fundora, he's going to try to hold the belts hostage or hold the one belt hostage as long as he can, which means they might be looking for an even easier fight than Errol Spence or even a rematch with Tim Tszyu in their next fight. It's now starting to sound like Fundora winning this fight against Tim Tszyu, it completely ruined everyone's plans. It ruined PBC plans, and it ruined Terence Crawford's plans. It was expected that Tim Tszyu would beat Sebastian Fundora, and then he would fight Errol Spence next. Tim Tszyu, he had no plans of fighting Crawford before, but after he lost, he was desperate. And now he's saying he wants to fight against Crawford. And I honestly think that's probably a good plan B for Crawford if he can't get the Sebastian Fundora fight. But the way Fundora and his promoter are talking, they're trying their best to ruin the sport of boxing. But hopefully Fundora, he gets forced to take on a tough challenge. That's all I got for now, guys.
Bro, boxing need a governing body, bro. I'm not the first person to come to that conclusion, but I'm starting to agree with it more and more. Because, bro, in the UFC, the best guys fighting each other. They have to. It's in a contract. Dana White not playing that shit. But in boxing, all the promoters want to protect their best interests. They want their fighter to stay the top dog on their company for as long as possible. And that means turning down great opportunities to unify with other boxing promotional companies and let fighters fight each other. Which is why the PBC's Errol Spence, they didn't allow him to fight top ranks Bud Crawford for probably 6-7 years, almost a decade. We had to wait to see that fight. And I hope it's not the same with Devin Haney and Tank or Shakur and Tank. Because Tank is with the PBC. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he's going to break away, make his own promotional company. Devin is a free agent. He can do whatever he wants. And Shakur is with top rank for one more fight, and then he a free agent. So I think boxing need a governing body so the best guys fight the best guys. We probably also need less belts. So the best guys can't hide behind their belt and say, yeah, I got it. I'm champion. I don't have to fight him. That's duck talk. Come on, man.
On to the next one. Let me
All
tell
right,
you,
too, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to somebody who need to hear it, man. We on the road 2K subs. All my haters who hate me, shout out to one of your homies that also hate me because I love all my haters. Till next time, man. Real talk.